I'm also a unit manager at RISE for a unit called Sustainability Analytics. Last year, I was the project manager actually of this project to develop the Circularity Gap Report, the Value Gap, Sweden. And I will tell you a little bit about that then. Can I just double check? Do I have 10 minutes or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great.
We're back on track.
Yeah. Perfect. So I will take this short. I will make a short presentation of this, but hopefully it will give you some kind of more macro perspective maybe of this with circular economy and what it is and what it can bring. So I will talk you through very briefly the background and some overview of methodology because it is important in this case, and also some results. So the background here is that this project was initiated by Resource, the Strategic Innovation Program, Resource. They had already in 2021 developed the GAP report Sweden. I think you might have heard of them. There are GAP reports for different countries. There are global GAP reports and even for other territories. And in Sweden, a GAP report was developed in 2021. It gave some interesting understanding about how linear Sweden is, 96% linear and 4% circular. But Resource wanted to bring that forward and understand more about the value part of this. If we are 96% linear and 4% circular, how much value do we lose in this? And the purpose was, of course, to reach new audiences by talking about value and money rather than just mass or kilos. So that's the background, and the project started then in September 24, and we delivered the results in November 25. The project was run by us at RISE together with Circular Economy in the Netherlands. So the same organization that also worked with the GAP reports earlier. So we decided to use the GAP report methodology and develop it into something that could be used for value. So the old GAP report methodology was the starting point. And the methodology development was mainly the responsibility of Circular Economy, while we at RISE worked more with research and data collection. And then we also did analysis and synthesis together, of course. And in that research and data collection, we used both statistics, economical input when available, but it was also lots of desktop research and literature reviews, and we worked together with sector experts and reference groups to review and make the necessary assumptions that we needed to do on the way. And just to iterate that a little bit, for the value creation in the Swedish economy, there is some data. So then we used economic data from SCB, from Exiobase, etc. But for the missed opportunities and for the loss of data, there is not very much statistics available. So we had to use desk research and a number of assumptions. And for value lost at the end of life, there are some weight statistics, but also need for desk research and assumptions. And importantly, then these assumptions were validated by both experts at RISE, but also from a broad reference group, including people from academia, industry, etc. So that's the methodology overview. And it was a big part of this project, actually, to develop the method, because this was a first-time project. The method then is that this was brought forward, or the work was done for 6 main sectors, also in line with how the GAP reports were done. And the analysis per sector were then aggregated into a total for Sweden. And you can see the 6 sectors here. We also used the value hill method approach to do this. This is, I think maybe you are familiar with this. This is also something that Circular Economy once created or developed. And we use this to analyze and to visualize then how value is created along the value chain, as you can see with the gray parts here. to the left, how we use value in the dark gray part, and finally lose value in the black part to the right, end of life. But you can also see that besides what is sort of lost at end of life, we also looked at the value that was not created along the value chain, which are the green parts here. And then we also analyzed then what is the circular opportunity here? What can be done to reclaim the circular value in different parts of the value chain? So this was also the sort of backdrop of the method that we used. And then the value gap itself then that we calculated, this is the equation for it. So we took the value not created plus the value lost minus the value that we do recover at the end of life. And then we divided that by consumption minus overconsumption. And I will get back to overconsumption in a while. The results is that the total value gap of Sweden, as we then calculated, is 19%. So the 19% of the Swedish economy is lost because we of premature scrapping and of being very uneconomic about our resources. And in numbers, in money, this means 600 billion SEK, which is approximately half of the Swedish state budget. So it's a large sum of money that we could show in this report that we actually lose by acting in a linear way. If we divide this number, the 90%, and look at it per sector, we can see that it differs quite a lot between sectors here. It's mining and extraction is the smaller one because they handle lots and lots of resources, but at a very low value. While you can see that consumables or construction have a lot higher numbers because there, of course, the value add over the value chain have already added lots of value to those type of products. And I don't have time, I think, to sort of dig into deeper into this in this presentation. But if you are interested in this, you can, of course, look at the report and you can also get back to me with questions. This picture just shows that for each sector, we can show then this type of analysis along the value hill with the total number of value lost, with the value not created, and with overconsumption. So this is available for all the sectors. I will instead present a little bit more of the cross-sectoral findings that we had. So basically, the main driver of the value loss is premature end of life of goods. This represents products worth of 420 billion SEK. So this is the singularly most important reason why we lose value like we do. But of course, this also represents a massive opportunity because of, as you could see, we also sort of identified opportunities along the value chain. And here you see a list to the right of the different opportunities that we identified, and they are, I mean, they have all of these components that you are used to talking about in circular. So we talk about circular design, modular design, reuse, repair, refurbishing, etc., but also improve the recycling, wood waste valorization, mining efficiency, etc. So lots of different opportunities along the value chains to actually recuperate and use these values. And as you can see, then even if most of the value is lost at the end of life, because that's where it sort of ends, that's where we see the value loss, the opportunities lie to the left in the value chain and are available at all different stages. Talking about overconsumption, we can also say we also stated that particularly for 3 or 4 of the sectors, there are overconsumption numbers that could be avoided. And these amount to 200 billion SEK annually. So that's also a lot of value, where we say that basically these values are resources that are redirected for more meaningful contributions to well-being. And examples of that are underutilized floor space, aesthetic renovations. We looked at kitchens, for example. We had brought up numbers for kitchens that are prematurely renovated, food consumption beyond nutritional needs, and oversized vehicles. So these are just examples of type of overconsumption, but we wanted to also bring up that aspect of resource use in this report. And in the end, we ended up with 4 recommendations, call to actions from this report. First one being that we need more data, of course. There is not enough available data to really make these kind of calculations in a very secure way. We had to use a lot of assumptions on the way. So there is a need for more data and for more standardization and for more methodological development as well. There is also a need to expand the value definition and correct these market failures that we see, where resources are the fact that resources are finite are not priced into markets, neither are the externalities that come with the resource use, environmental and social value, etc. So here there are already lots and lots of recommendations of what to do, for example, in the Swedish Circular Economy Action Plan and from other actors. So we just pointed all of these proposals that have already been presented. There is also a need to foster cross-sectoral collaboration to scale circular business models. So here we point a bit more directly at industry and what actors can do there. But of course, also a need for research about how to share data and value more in between companies in these type of cross-sectoral collaborations. And the final one is where we point at actually the need. This is more sort of based on our overconsumption findings then. So we need to promote need-based consumption by embedding, for example, sufficiency, regenerativity and circularity into education, culture, regulation, etc. And this needs to be done at different levels, both from business and from government or policy-led interventions. We think there is a need to talk more explicitly about what we use resources, what kind of value we get from resources and who get that value. So that was my presentation. Very short and I'm sorry I rushed through this a bit, but I hope you got something from it, and you're very welcome to get in contact if